All right, this is episode 11 of the Bachelor podcast.
Welcome to the Bachelor podcast, a show about everything but nothing at the same time. Two guys that took jobs away from their families and living the Bachelor lifestyle.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we have new equipment, and I'm pretty stoked. I don't know what the ratio that we are upside down on, but I feel like we've definitely spent more money than we've made.
We are definitely in the red.
Yeah. As in good accounting techniques. We are in the red. Maybe I can have my wife maybe look at it. So
Don't
I'm hoping
you have to spend money to make money?
That's what I keep telling her. And let's just say Black Friday, I spent money and haven't made any money yet. So we'll see how it all works out. But I like the sound of this. I
don't know. We'll have to know what the listeners
say. Watch it be all distorted and stuff. But yeah, we got a new H6 recorder. And that's what we're using right now. So seems to be working pretty good. So we'll see how it all works out. But
well, since we last talked, how was your weekend? Did you do anything?
Well, I wanted to save this story, and it takes a lot for me not to tell you a story. So I got a new iPhone, right? The iPhone XS Max or whatever it is. And I set my alarm for the first time this morning. Well, it went off at 3 o'clock in the morning. Granted, I was up all night long till probably 11. I got 4 hours of sleep total. So I think I'm hitting the snooze button. I'm hitting the power button, which I normally hit on my old phone because there's not a home button. Well, all of a sudden my wife's like, "Who are you calling?" And I look at it. I'm calling 911.
Oh, shoot.
So I hang up, right? This is 3:11 in the morning, right? So it went off at 3.
Better than 4:11, I guess.
Well, and then she's like, "I heard a siren." Well, the siren was saying, "Hey, dummy, you're calling 911. So I hung up. They called me back, asked me all kinds of questions, what my name is, what phone number am I calling from, and stuff. So I'm awake, right? I'm wide awake.
No need to snooze anymore.
Yeah. There is no going back to sleep. And I'd already remote started my car, and I'm out there. The Ashland response time is about 13 minutes from when I made the 911 call. They rolled around. I checked out everything, checked out in the system and stuff. So I had to. I was just talking to the cop. He rolled around, and I was like, well, I better probably roll around and talk to him. So I definitely I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something wrong. And sorry if you guys can hear that, but it's not a dog, but it is definitely my heater, which takes a little while to kick off. I probably should turn it off. Click it off. It's good. Yeah, all the way to that way. So we are still a professional podcast as normal. So
hey,
that happens.
This is what you get for being Bachelors, all right?
Yeah. So, and it is cold. It's like 28 degrees or something like that. So it's pretty chilly. I know it'll get a little colder than that, but
yeah. At least you got your heat on your camper. Mine has not been warmed up yet, so it should be an ice box when I go in there in about an hour.
But yeah, that was my adventure this morning. So that happened. My wife, I was like, you told everybody at work, didn't you? And she goes, "Oh yeah, I definitely told everybody at work. I told a few people, special K and stuff, but a few coworkers. I was like, man, I'm so stupid." So the first thing I did this morning when I got to work was shut off all those emergency SOSs, which controls if you press the right button 5 times. So
the snooze button that you normally hit.
Yeah, on the side or whatnot. That's what I normally hit to snooze. Apparently, it dials 911. So lesson learned. If you guys got those new iPhones, I don't know if the iPhone X's was like that. I upgraded from a 7 to an XS. So it'd been a couple years since I upgraded.
All right. Well, since you told a story about you, let's continue with that. I've got some more stories.
All right.
On Landon.
Okay,
All right.
This,
so let me talk.
Hey,
let me talk.
this is not an.
So.
Oh my goodness.
After or during our last podcast, I put out, hey, if you got some more stories on Landon, please share.
Well,
so we went out to lunch.
Yeah, from
afterwards, and we got some follow up on your manliness. So the manly of cleaning the gutters out.
Yeah.
Right? So first, you were texting her complaining that your dad was more than capable of doing this and you didn't have to, and how cold your hands were. And all you did is complain and did it because your wife made you do it so your dad didn't get on the ladder.
Oh. Well, he is a bit of a fall risk, as they say. He's fell a few times. So he's one of them old school people that just throw up the ladder and just start climbing up on it and not make sure it's secure.
She revoked your manly day, as you so
well.
put
I was going to say if she revoked my man card, that's already been revoked a long time ago. But
and then I think there was a spot where you were supposed to be barbecuing, and it was some spicy chicken that you normally barbecue, but
it was part of our Chipotle bowl.
Too cold, you said, because when you woke up in the morning, it was like 37 degrees, and you felt like it was too cold. Granted, when it was grilling time, it was almost 60 degrees outside. So what did you do?
I grilled, or I put it in a skillet, and I cooked it that way.
And what happened with all the spices?
I don't know if you guys remember the old, was it Zoolander? Actually, this is the second reference to Zoolander I made today. But the old, I got the black lung pop. It was the worst thing in the whole world. It was horrible. I was coughing. Everybody was coughing. And my wife comes in like 20 minutes later, and she's coughing. I was like, oh, no, this was 10 times worse than that.
All because you didn't want to go outside.
Yeah, but I mean, it was pretty, when I did the shrimp boil, not shrimp boil, but like, just a quick shrimp, like just boil it with Cajun seasoning. It was pretty much the same thing.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
First time we ever boiled shrimp with some Old Bay. We lit up the house, and I mean, it was coughing. It was like you got sprayed with OC.
Yeah, it was horrible.
In the mouth.
Yeah.
In the nose. Yeah, it was terrible.
But either way, so you, and I haven't really listened to it at all, but we got your daughter Macy came in and did a little interview too. So
yeah, we got that. We'll share with you during this podcast. She had the categories were 3 things that she liked about the podcast, and then her favorite podcast, and then what she didn't like about me being a Geo Bachelor. And then she came up with a game for us. Teenage lingo and what words mean, and I think I went 3 for 7. Wasn't very good. Wasn't over 500. So,
well, we'll have to listen to it, add it in there, and probably add. You want to just add it in the end? I mean, we definitely prepare for these episodes, so clearly we know what we're doing.
Just stay tuned, and you'll see it.
Yeah.
In this episode, but you skipped you. I was on a roll about you. I have one last thing.
No, okay? I've noticed that this is big Landon bashing.
And she said something about brown nosing. How you brown nose your employee or your employers and your bosses.
Look, I'm about the toughest SOB that there's ever been.
You're better.
Okay?
You excel better when you get told you're doing a good job. You can't do it by yourself, but when you get told you're doing a good job. Look, you brown nose a little bit more. I always do a good job. I was struggling a little bit this morning. Got a rough wake up, and didn't really get. I was stuffing sausages, which I have a funny story later on about stuffing sausages. Yeah, let's just go ahead so I bought this stuff from Academy Sports. It's a deer sausage kit,
Well, I guess I got the wrong casings, but it all came together, so I didn't think anything. And they're 38 millimeters, which is about yay big, probably, give or take. Um, and they're like the intestines type stuffing, not what I wanted for like a summer sausage and stuff. Well, we're still soaking them, and we're like, well, we're just going to try this out and stuff. So I don't know if you know what the motion of. So I have a KitchenAid, right? And then there's a tube, right? So you're stuffing it, but you're trying to get it all around. So you're going like this, right? I know you guys can't see it, but it's not
It's
a very
twist and
and just like
push.
trying to get it in there like this, right?
You're twisting and pushing.
So apparently my mother, who is also helping me, doesn't think I'm doing this motion right. Right? So she starts getting in there and I was like, Mom, back up. I got this. It was the most awkward thing in the whole world. My wife was laughing. She's like, oh, this is not a great motion, right? And my mom's very, very independent. She's trying to help me out and stuff. And I'm like, Mom, no, you're not doing this right now. Like, I'm doing this. And then, like, to make things worse, then Cecilia, my daughter, she's like, oh, I want to try it. I was like, no, you're not trying. I'm clipping. I'm sorry. Like,
did you explain to her why she wasn't trying?
Oh no, but my wife just thought it was the funniest thing in the whole world. It was a bit awkward, but
that's awesome. Well, we had Saturday. I had Thanksgiving on my wife's side, and that's with Uncle P, UP, and Uncle Jesse, and my father-in-law. And my father-in-law had the quote of the day. He was just going one after another, but the one that I remember and I wrote down was right after we ate dinner. And some people have probably heard this. It just caught me. It just typical father-in-law. Better to burp and taste it than to fart and waste it.
Oh,
this is the stuff I listen to from my in-laws.
Yeah. I
mean, come on.
I don't know. I always had this girl at work that was, she's like, I'd rather be big than never get a taste, is what she always says. And in our profession, I do like the brutal honesty in our profession, because it's the one profession where you can tell somebody they're fat and it's fully acceptable, regardless of whether they are male, female. The amount of open honesty that you have in our profession, that it's, you always know where you stand. There's no like.
With some though, you can't just be blunt about it though.
Oh no. One of our bosses, it was funny because I remember she was just sitting there, and he was our new boss, and he started bringing in veggie trays because people were bringing in donuts. But he would put it on my desk, right? But it wasn't meant for me. And I try to like tell her, I'm like, no, it's meant for me. And she goes, yeah, I'm sure. So he just kept bringing in veggie trays every day. And it was the funniest thing. I mean, she's got a great sense of humor and stuff, and awesome laugh. But it was just like, nowhere else in the world is this acceptable.
To call someone fat.
Yeah. I mean, not that they were calling them fat, but they're bringing in veggie trays. So, I mean, it is what it is.
And not so many words.
Yeah. So that happened. But I do have a situation. We're going to call this shower time with Landon this morning, right?
Okay.
You don't like shower time with Landon? I wanted to get some music.
No,
I'm going to get.
I do not like shower. I do not shower with Landon. You always
shower time with Landon.
You put these words.
So
you can't say stuff like that.
I'm at work, which is a communal shower, and I know I packed my flip flops.
Shower shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't find them anywhere, and I had already worked out, so I'm at a standstill. Now I didn't work out really hard, if we're being honest. So I wasn't like really sweaty, but my water is off. So the only place I shower is at work. So I was like, should I shower and be barefoot, or should I just stink the rest of the day? Well, I take on average 2 to 3 showers a day, give or take. Not so much down here, but usually at home. I'll even take a shower before I go to the gym. Um, I don't know. I like to be clean, and I got to put that little flip up in my hair. So,
Yeah.
what little hair I got. So, I was like, well, I guess I'm going to get athlete's foot. And
I couldn't do it. There's no way. I think.
And
I
it was
would've
bad. Like, this
just-
shower is disgusting.
That just would have stunk. Or I
Yeah.
would have ran out and
But you
bought
gotta
some
figure,
flip flops.
It's all
Shower
day.
shoes.
Well, also, I'm not going to describe what time it was, but it was like,
Well,
It
after
was-
the day,
it
when
was,
you should have been already ready.
yeah. I mean, I was working beforehand because after I work out, I'll go into, start working and stuff. And then sometimes just stuff just keeps coming up. And I was getting phone calls from colleagues overseas and stuff. So, I mean, next thing I know, it's like, okay, I'll tell you what time it was. It was like 8:30. So,
And the and the duty day starts at what time?
well, I mean, my shift started at 6 a.m. So, but it wasn't like I wasn't working. It was just like, definitely need to get changed. So hopefully nobody that listens to this really matters. But I do have to point out, though, I was talking crap on my family. And
somebody listened.
Yeah, my sister-in-law listened because I said something about her daughter. And I don't think I said anything really bad. It's just, and we spent Saturday with her, and then we got a phone call saying that there was a deer that some family friends donated to us for meat and stuff, because they don't really eat it. So we came home early, but I just asked her all the time. I'm like, hey, Piper, you got an off button? Nope. And her mom thinks that it annoys me. I love it more than anything in the world when she's so loud. It's just so funny. I mean,
Well, speaking of the no water, no shower, how are you taking to it? Being
I'm actually pretty good. I mean, really. I mean, I have the ability. It'd probably be a lot worse if I didn't have somewhere to shower. By the way, I did find my shower shoes. They were in my office. So I must have pulled them out of the bag at some point in time and then put them back in the bag for a shower. So, and I had them there this morning. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, it has, with the cold and getting dark at 5, it's definitely put a hamper into us actually getting a workout in down at the campground.
Oh yeah, definitely. I even thought about, dude, I've been so tired. Like today was horrible. I was like not functioning. I took like 4 caffeine pills. It was, and then I drank 2 doses of pre-workout as I worked out again after I got off work. So I was definitely, I'm kind of mellowing down. I usually, if I had that second pre-workout, sometimes it affects sleep, but I don't think I'll have any issue going to sleep tonight.
My workouts, well, because I worked so late today and I think you're just waiting for me to say, hey, I'm not going to make it, just so you can say, hey, we're done with this podcast. I'm not doing it no more.
We're definitely not done with this
but
podcast.
I didn't get to work out. I was going to work out after I left, but you are on my case about coming down here. So I didn't get to work out.
It was
again
pretty
because of you.
late.
I have responsibility.
No, you don't.
Yes, I cannot just walk out as you said in
Don't
the
say
text.
I walk out. Because I'm
pretty sure that's what you did.
Well, I mean, but I'm still doing my job. So just in case any of the bosses are listening. But definitely some change ups from next week. I'm going up to the head shed all week long. So I will be assisting them there. So I get to work from home next week. So that's nice. Not from home, but I mean close to home.
Yeah. So have you got a would you rather for us today?
Well, I mean, of course, another knockoff because that's all I got. But did I do the turkey ham one?
Yes.
I did the turkey ham?
Yes.
Oh, man. I don't have a would you rather. I'll think of one. Give me a second. But Yeah. I do want to give an update on the podcast and the reading. I have switched. I'm not reading that Jocko Willink book anymore. I'm definitely. I'm doing. Cindy gave me the. I can't even fever something. It's a vampire thing. So.
Well, I'm
I'm reading
almost
that.
done. I should finish
I read
either
half
today
the
or
book,
tomorrow.
but did you ever get?
Obviously, you didn't, because your last report on the book was completely opposite of what the book was about.
Well, it's just up to interpretation, like everything in life.
And I mean, I was highlighting stuff. I was taking notes for my wife because I think it applies to her business. And then I got two specific chapters I need Special K to read. I think it will do him some benefit.
How not to steal somebody's hash brown.
And it doesn't have hash browns in there, and I think it needed to. But I think some of the stuff that I tell him, as in his position, or something that I expected, and it's not just him; it's several. Come up, instead of coming to your boss with a problem, and that's it.
Solution.
Come up with a possible solution, or a couple. From your angle, you're the one having the issue.
And that's one of the. I mean, I wouldn't say I learned that from that book, but I mean, it's always
that's nothing
definitely,
new.
Yeah, definitely leadership tactics. I've heard it multiple times coming up through my job. Don't come to me with the problem. Well, if you do have a problem, give me some viable options. It's definitely something big that they definitely need to look into. So
well, and I'm probably just as guilty as anybody else going to someone with a problem and not necessarily having a solution for it. So I'm sure I've done it. So that's making me rethink. When I do see an issue, let's come up with a viable solution and see what they say. They're either going to say, yeah, sounds good, run with it, or let's tweak it a little bit, or no, dummy, you can't do it that way.
yeah.
So but
I definitely have a different approach. I mean, I'm very passionate in my decision making.
I'll give you that.
And
basically what you say is right, and no one else can change your mind otherwise.
I wouldn't say that exactly. There's definitely times for growth and stuff, but I've always been told, and it's one of the greatest things I've ever been told. Besides, hey man, you on meth? You look like you lost a lot of weight. Nobody said that here recently, by the way.
Well, you're in your bulking
I
season.
need to get
remember
off
that?
my bulking season. I had an appointment, so
You're blowing up like a tick.
I wouldn't say a tick.
Just after Thanksgiving, you're not doing any cardio.
No, I actually didn't eat a lot at all for Thanksgiving. So
shirts are fitting a little tighter.
Stop making up lies. I'm
just saying.
Well, if you didn't buy me a schmedium,
it's one of those things where
I'm just saying.
We got a pink one coming for you. Don't worry about it.
There's names for people that wear larges. Women. I am not a woman. I'm a man. So maybe get an extra large.
During this podcast, you've said your man card was taken a long time ago, and your wife.
That's just part of marriage.
Debunked any manliness you did over the weekend.
My wife likes to talk a lot of crap. Okay, we all know who's in charge at home. It's her. I just let her think that. But either way, back to you keep getting me distracted and stuff. So the best thing I've ever been told, other than the fact that you just call me fat, which I own a mirror, I know, but it's more about just, I don't know. I'm more of a confidence person, so, but I'm cocky, but I can also back it up, and that's what I've always been told. They're like, you talk a lot of crap, but you can back it up. Especially in our work, because I don't know, it's in our work. It's more about making a decision. That's what they want from you, is to make a decision. Wrong, right, indifferent. As long as it's not illegal, just make a decision.
And then if it turns out wrong, what do you do?
I'm never wrong. We've had this discussion.
I think you admitted to being wrong. In the last episode, you admitted to being wrong.
I don't think
And then
so.
you recanted real quick. Oh, never mind. I never admit to being wrong.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all about backing up. So as long as you do that. But did I mention that we got new gear? Because I'm pretty stoked about it. I think this sounds, I don't know what it's going to sound like when we put it up. Hopefully it's not like that first episode there, but something happened to your MacBook there. So there we go. Speaking of MacBooks, I'm waiting on mine. I'm pretty stoked. So after Black Friday, I realized I have everything to do my podcast by myself.
Yeah, you do.
So, yeah, sucks to be you.
I think I can do my same podcast. I have everything.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying? Are you saying this is it? Because this is what it sounded like.
No, I'm just saying.
I'll take my stuff
you.
and reeve.
Reef. Can we talk about how bad our English is? It's bad every day. Every time we do this, but no, it was next week. Secret, but in 2 weeks we have a special for you all. We put some preparation into it.
Yeah, we actually put in a practice call.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say what we're doing, but you have to listen because we won't talk about it unless you listen.
The episode
13. Episode 13.
I think we should skip straight to 12. Skip 12, go straight to 13. 12 is such an unlucky number.
12 is an unlucky number. We probably need to figure out where we're going to record next week, too. Because
you're going to be up north.
I'm not going to be here. Yeah, I'm going to be up north. So, you didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not know that.
That actually just happened today. It's been kind of in the works. But
well, that's part of this. I mean, that's why we're Geo Bachelors. We're constantly on the move, constantly on the go.
Yeah. And anytime I can get a chance to work at home and still help out people and make myself look good, get some kudos, as usual.
Brown nose.
I wouldn't say brown nose.
That goes all the way back to you inserting yourself into conversation and brown nosing.
But, yeah, I will be back where it all began. Not actually. I guess where it all began was like 17 years ago. So it's definitely changed since then. Same mentality, a little bit more cockier. But I mean, all in all, I don't know. I enjoy this so far. I think I definitely think I actually Googled podcast, not Googled, Facebook search podcast. And I didn't realize we definitely got some shout outs from some people that have posted, hey, check out this podcast from our podcast. So
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. So the radio show's wife posted on there that I'm friends with on Facebook. You know, the one that just keeps calling it a radio show.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So yes. So she gave us a shout out, and then Special K, the female side of Special K, or as I like to call her, the more manlier than the other Special K, because he's like a little girl. She definitely gave us a shout out, even though I made fun of her for calling me out on my French. But I don't know. You seem tired.
No, I'm good. I'm just listening to you ramble because once again, this is 4 weeks in a row. You came unprepared.
I didn't come unprepared. I had the best story in the whole world. My stupid idiot self.
Well, I will give you
911,
that.
And I didn't tell you. This is also another big story. I usually kind of give you a heads up on my stories, but I figured I wanted to see your full reaction.
This doesn't surprise me about you. At 3 a.m.
Oh man, you gotta admit though. But either way, I think
subscribe. We're at
at
the Geo Bachelors on Instagram. Leave us comments. You got dirt on Landon, please hit me in the DM.
If you have dirt on D. Wayne,
and we will make sure and air his dirty laundry as much as possible.
And also shout out, thank you, Charles, for sharing your deer. So
Well, and shout out to the Ashland Police Department for actually coming to your rescue to make sure
yeah,
that you were okay.
they weren't coming to my rescue. They were just driving around my cul-de-sac.
Hey, but
So
stay
I stopped
tuned
them.
to the end of this and listen to what one of our youngest listeners thinks about the podcast and a game that she provided for us.
All right, ready?
Out. Okay, we got a special guest for you. It's my daughter Macy, and she's been very interested about being on here and being part of it, especially because I am gone so much. So she wanted to be involved. So Macy, what is your favorite episode of the 10 that we've had so far, and why?
I don't really have a favorite episode. I just like them all because they're weird. And they make me laugh. So.
Why do you say they're weird?
I don't know. They're just, I don't know. You guys talk about random stuff, and it's just pretty funny.
Okay. So what are your top 3 things that you like about the podcast?
One of them is it's just weird, like I said, and it's different from other podcasts. My next one is you always make listeners laugh. When I'm listening to it, I always laugh at some parts because it's so weird.
So we got it that it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love how you guys tell stories and just have a good time. They make each other laugh.
Okay. So we're weird.
Yeah.
We make you laugh, and we tell good stories.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that. What do you dislike about me being a Geo Bachelor?
I don't like how you're always gone. I mean, it sucks when you're not like there to watch some of my games, but I understand. There's some times where I wish I would hang out with you more, and I know that's partially my fault, but I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, it just sucks you not being around.
Yeah, I don't like not being around too. So, okay, so now to the part that you're really super interested about is the game that she came up with is she's got slang that teenagers use, and I've got to try to guess the meaning of the word, and we'll see how well I do. So how many we have?
I think 7.
Seven slang words that teenagers, this is junior high, 7th and 8th grade slang. So what's the first one?
Okay, the first one is sisters.
Sisters. So my thought is that your girlfriends, you call each other sisters. Am I right? Don't tell me what it is. Just say yes or no.
No.
All right, now use it in a sentence.
I am sister shook.
I am sister shook. Yeah, I have no idea. What's that mean?
Okay, so there's a YouTuber, and he does like makeup, and he's gay, and he calls his like fan base sisters. He calls them sisters, and every time he says something with an S, he'll be like, I'm sister, and then that word.
Okay. You're going to have to talk closer to the mic.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So what's the second word?
Fire.
Fire. Well, like we would say somebody's on fire, meaning like if it's a sports, like basketball, they're draining shots, someone's hot, someone's doing their thing and everything's smooth. So, yes, no?
No.
All right, use it in a sentence.
Okay. This is fire.
So this is like fun or exciting, or this is it. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I'm 1 for 2 right now. All right, go ahead. What's the second one?
Liddy.
Liddy. Like, so I'm gonna think that's lit.
Yeah.
And that's what you say, something that you're into, or that's cool, that's hip, that's good. So you're all saying things are litty.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I'm 2 for 3.
The next one is triggered.
Triggered. So my guess on that one is maybe somebody got aggravated with something that somebody did, and they're a little mad or tiffed. They're triggered.
Yeah.
All right. That's what, 3 for 4.
Yeah.
All right.
The next one is Hey Kitty Girls.
Hey Kitty Girls. Well, I don't even want to try to guess on this one. So what's Hey Kitty Girls? Well, first, use it in a sentence.
That is a sentence. Hey Kitty Girls.
So someone just comes up to a group and says, Hey Kitty Girls? And I guess that's just your girl group.
Yeah, but the YouTuber that says sisters says hey kitty girls, so
It's just another way of calling his fan base something else.
yeah.
All right, so that makes me what 3 for 5.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay. The next one is that's a neck.
that's a neck. So I'm gonna think like a neck breaker, like someone did something and made you have to look real quickly or look twice, or no,
Yeah.
use it in a sentence or a situation. What situation would you use that in?
Okay. So, you know that thing that people do, like the OK sign?
Yeah.
Well, people would put that below their waist, and then they'll be like, hey, this person, and then that person will look, and they'll be like, oh, that's a neck.
Well, you play that circle game where you get punched.
Yeah.
You just add jargon to it.
No, but you get hit in the neck, not get punched.
Oh, you get hit in the neck.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was off. So I'm 3 for 6. All right. So I'm 500. Let's try to go at least 4 for 7. What's the next one?
All right. I think this is the hardest one that you're most likely not going to understand.
All right.
That's the T, sis.
That's the tease, sis. Is this another YouTuber thing? Like
No.
that's the T, sis. So I'm gonna say that's good. Something good. Something that's the cat's meow, or that's tops, or that's tits, or something like that. That's the tits. Use it in a sentence or a situation.
I'll give you a scenario. So there'll be like a group of people, and they'll be talking about something, and then one person will be like, come up and be like, what's the T? And then they'll explain what's going on. And then one
So
person
basically,
will say,
like, what's the situation?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I probably didn't get that one right. So we'll just say I was 3 for 7 on this game. It's a good batting average, but not good knowing the lingo. But now I feel like I might be a little bit McCued in. So, Macy, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been fun. Keep listening. Make sure you're spreading the word, and we will catch up with you later.
All right. Thanks for having me.